Right, let's get cracking. First of all, thank you guys for joining us on this Tirong Briefing session. As always, these sessions are to inform you guys exactly of what's happening with the development, all the relevant information regarding the project, how do you market it, how do you inform the buyers of all the different choices, and especially because of the fact that when it comes to full title properties of this nature, there's a lot of variations, a lot of options available to the prospective buyers. Okay, so let me start off and give you guys a little bit of a background on the developer and our relationship with JFS Group. The JFS Group, the Johannesburg Financial Services Group, is a group that's been going for years and years. Their core business is land development, and so they buy big chunks of land, and then they service them the majority of times for full title freestanding properties. Now we've worked with JFS for many years, and they've also got a subsidiary company called Homes for All. And Homes for All is where they're not just selling the land, they also then do top structure construction. So JFS does the land development. So they put in the roads, the service, the electrical, the sewer, the drainage, all of those type of things. And then they've got individual full title stands. Some of that they sell to the open market to contractors that goes and gets an allocation, and then they do top structures and they sell it to the market. But then they've also got the Homes for All, where they do their own top structures, the houses. So basically the first concept that you guys must understand, and please guys, as we go through this section, if you've got any questions, please feel free to just put up your hand and we can address it, because this session is important for you to understand the nature of the product, especially for those of you guys that might be brand new to this concept. So what we are going to do in this project, which is the Tirong project, it's the first of 5 projects that we are launching this year with JFS. We've worked with them for years on projects like Blue Hills, like the project Modderfontein Alliance, and many others that we've done with them. So this project is in Tirong, in Kaya Sands, in Randburg. So we're working with Brian Beeler and his team there. So it's going to be the plus team and also the Santon team that's going to work together. And we are the total project is 178 full title residential stands with building packages. Very important. So we're not selling stands. Okay, we're not selling free title earths. There are none available, because JFS with Home for All is going to build 178 houses, full title houses, on the stands that they've developed. Now currently they are busy with servicing the land. What does it mean? It means they are busy putting in the roads, the stormwater, the electrical, all of those type of things. That has already commenced on site. And you guys will recall that I posted a pin location to the actual site, so that if you want to go and drive there, you can drive there and you'll see that there's already some earthworks going. And what we are going to do is we're going to set up, we're going to move our container there also. So we will have a site office very soon for you guys. That will all be conveyed to you on the WhatsApp group. So we are not selling stands. We are selling building packages with stands. Okay. So there's actually 2 transactions that happens. The buyer is buying a stand, a full title property, and a choice of a whole bunch of different houses that they can choose from. So, and it starts from a 50 square property and it goes all the way up to, I think it's about 186 square house that we're going to build. So there's a price for the land, and then there's a price for the construction, and together that forms the price for the entire property that we are going to do. Okay. Any questions on that before I move on? So far, do everyone understand that? No questions? Okay, either I'm doing a good job, or you guys are still asleep on a Friday morning. Okay. So let's start off with some of the marketing material and stuff. So guys, we've built a website, tironghomes.co.za. This website is going to be critical for you because you're going to need to use this website. It's not just there for nice to have or anything like that. You're going to need to use this website. And I'm going to explain to you as we go through this process why the website is going to be so important. So on the website, it gives the potential buyers a whole bunch of things of what does the property consist of, some features, those type of things. The first port of call is the site map, okay? And you'll see there's blue stands, all numbered, and there's gray stands, okay, all numbered. The blue stands are the stands that has been allocated to Hazemark on an exclusive mandate. Okay, so all of those stands, it equates to slightly more than 100 of the 178 is our stands on an exclusive mandate. The gray stands they've given to Homes for All, because Homes for All, remember I spoke to you earlier, they've got JFS and Homes for All. Homes for All traditionally had their own sales team, and what has happened is, based on performance on other projects, JFS, the owners, Andrew Hofmeyer and Peter Hofmeyer, have decided more and more that they want to downscale the sales side of Homes for All and eventually migrate to a situation where Hazemark will be their exclusive agent for all their projects. Guys, you cannot imagine how powerful that is. So those blue stands are our Hazemark exclusive mandate stands. But our mandate is up to the end of May, so we need to start performing. Okay, so it's very important. Any mandate has got a start date and an end date, so it's going to depend on how quickly we can sell these blue stands, because then they will also give us the remaining gray stands that are unsold at that point in time. Okay, now the stands vary in size, guys. The smallest stands is about, I think, I'm talking under correction, but you can go on the website under downloads. You'll see there's a complete list of the stand sizes and prices, and it's also on the offer to purchase pack that we've given to you guys, which Diane just posted the latest updated version of. Please make sure on the WhatsApp group that you only use that last one that she posted this morning. Okay. And they go up to, I think the biggest stand is about 380 odd squares. I'm going to scroll down. So as you go down the website, this is the product that we have chosen for this project. Okay, these are the floor plans. You'll see the smallest one we're going to do is a 50 square, 2-bed, 1-bath, or a 3-bed, 1-bath. So that 50 square actually got two plans. In that 50, you're going to do a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, or a 3-bedroom, 1-bath. Both of them are 50 squares. So you'll see it gives you an idea of the size. If you click on the land, you'll see there's a 3-bedroom layout. It's got 3 bedrooms. The main bedroom is nice size, 3.2 by 2.9. You'll see on all the layouts, we've put the sizes of the rooms because that's normally a question that gets asked by potential buyers. How big are the rooms? Those type of things. And remember, guys, we're going to be selling off plan here. What it means we're selling by the time they are ready to build this project will be sold out. So if you're going to speak to your buyers and say, we're going to wait for a unit to be built, they're not going to buy at Tirong, because these units will sell before it's even done. If they are concerned, if they want to see some product, then you're going to need to speak to myself or Diane, and we're going to need to give you other addresses somewhere in Gauteng where JFS has already built homes that if you want to do. But guys, you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. You've got enough information that the buyer can make an informed decision right there, right now. And I'm going to show you as we go around that. If you've got any questions, you can also use the functionality. I see there is a chat functionality at the bottom. Diane, if you can look at the chat function, and every time a question pops up, if you can just raise it so that we can discuss it also on the group. Okay.
100%.
Okay, so I see the first one. There is a question here. It says, if the client selects or inquires about a gray stand, does it mean we cannot sell them before we finish the blue ones? The answer is yes, we can't. We're selling the blue ones. Okay, and those blue ones, just to put it in perspective, guys, Those blue ones I handpicked. We got first choice of the best stand. So if you quickly can look at the site plan, if I can go back to the site plan, just bear with me for a second. I just want to get that sorted out. In Bali, you'll see, if you go to the site plan, the entrance is here on the top right. So we have deliberately chosen the ones that are further from the entrance, and ones are that on the perimeter, because the perimeters are some of the biggest stands. And people don't want to stay, if you look at like 827, they don't want to stay right in the beginning where all the cars are going to go past every day. So we gave JFS, of Homes for All, we gave them the worst stands. Okay, so the blue ones are the best. So that's what you have to convey to your buyer. So you don't want the gray ones, you want the blue ones. Okay, so we'll move on from there. You can go and look at all of these plans and familiarize. You'll see at the bottom, we give each one of these, we give you a breakdown. We'll say, if you go standard package, it will be from 427 plus a stand price of about 300. So if you plus those two together, you'll see that it's about almost 800,000 rand for the starting price, and it goes up from there. Okay, remember that the building package and the stand together forms the price that we are going to sell this together. Okay, in hindsight, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get them to do another line there, total package price also on the website. I'll get them to do that today. One thing I must pick up, guys, remember it's full title, so it's not sectional title, it's full title, but there is going to be a homeowners association. Why? Because this whole section is going to be fenced. It's going to be electrical fenced, and at the gates in the front, they're going to put boom gates also. There won't be 24-hour security, very important, because that will push up the levy. The homeowners association that's formed for this development can later decide if they want 24-hour security, that they want to do it. But at the moment, we are going to supply a fully fenced development with electrical fencing on the boundaries. Okay, let's move on. You guys can go through the biggest units. You'll see the biggest units we've got is a 186 double story. You'll see there's some 4-bedroom units, 3-bedroom units, 2-bedroom. So there's ample choice for them to choose from. There's single story, there's double story. So we literally are catering for all the needs when it comes to the development from the buyers. And you'll see, guys, they refer to standard finishing and deluxe finishing. I'm going to get to that. There's two packages you can choose from. The standard is very basic finishes, and the deluxe is the top of the range finishes that they can buy from the developer. Okay, so if you look here at the features, this is where it explains what's the difference between a standard and a deluxe. Now, deluxe is solar geysers. The standard is solar geysers. The deluxe is prepaid electricity. The standard is also prepaid electricity. The deluxe has got a 4-plate gas stove, where the standard's only got the freestanding electrical stove. I'm not going to bore you guys. You guys can go on the website, tironghomes.co. You can go and read through all of them. You'll see there's a few things that stand out. All of them have got aluminium windows. They all have got double cupboard sinks, all of those type of things. And then certain things, there's more that the deluxe has where the standard doesn't have. There's also going to be optional extras that the buyers can choose optional. All of the houses come standard with gable roofing. I'll explain to you what gable roofing is. But if you've got a buyer that wants to go Tuscan, then they can go Tuscan roof. There's garages as options also. And then each stand you can choose as an optional extra, a precast walling around the units. Because currently it's not walled. They can, because remember it's full title, they can go and build their own wall later. But if they want it to be included in the package, then it's a precast wall option also. Okay, guys, any questions so far? You are awfully quiet on a Friday morning. Let me ask you some questions. Zuko, can you hear me? Zuko, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, are you with me at the moment?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so I know you've sold a lot of this type of stuff before. So it's not new to you. Okay. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Ricardo has got a question. Hi, Kobus, does the prices include or exclude VAT? All the prices include VAT. Okay. So which means is all the prices that you see there includes the following, includes the transfer, it includes the bond registration, it includes also the interim interest. So the seller is paying the interim interest on behalf of the purchaser. Don't get complicated. Don't get too technical about it. What it just means is, if a property package, let's say my stand is 400,000, my building is 600,000. So now my total package is $1 million. I apply to the bank. The bank says, okay, great. It's a building package and a stand. I'm giving you $1 million bond. But what happens is, with a sectional title, the developer must first build the entire house, and at the end, when it transfers, the $1 million gets paid over to the developer. With a full title building package, it works differently. Remember, the stand was 400, the building is 600. What the bank does is, the first thing that happens is stand transfers to the ownership of the buyer. So now the bank says, okay, well, you've got a $1 million facility. The property is now transferred. We'll pay the developer 400,000 Rand for the stand so long. Okay. It's called an interim payment. And for that, the buyer normally has to pay interim interest, because the bank says, I'm not going to give money and not get interest on it. So traditionally, the buyer would have to service the interest on the 400,000 that's already been paid over. Now, luckily, JFS knows that these buyers in this market doesn't want to start paying for something that they're not living in. So what they've done is, in the pricing, they've already factored in interim interest. So even though this developer will get access to some of the money before the house is finished, they will pay the interim interest on behalf of the buyer. So the buyer must just know that they're only going to start paying for the property once they get the key and they move in. Okay, very important to understand that, because a lot of other developers that do building packages wants the buyer to pay the interim interest. That is critical. So you must say to your buyers, Mr. Buyer, you know it's a good thing about this. Bond is included, transfer is included. Obviously, on the condition that you use our bond originator, which in this case will be IBO, Etienne Root and the team, and you use the transferring attorney from the developer, which you don't have a choice in any case, and the interim interest is also included. So, Mr. Buyer, you're only going to start paying for this house the day you get your keys. You can move in, and you can occupy your brand new full title property in a secure estate. That is very important, because that is something that's not readily available. Okay. Any questions? Modupi, how long does the developer take to build one property? Okay, good question. So what's going to happen is, we are servicing the stands as we are talking now. They're servicing. That servicing will probably be only done halfway through the year. Okay, because they have to put in roads, they have to put in electrical, they have to put in storm water, they have to put in drainage. There's a whole bunch of things. Then once they're done with that, then they have to apply for a Section 82 certificate from council, where council comes out and says, yeah, here's the stands, they're all like, here's your Section 82, because they can only start with construction of the top structures once they've got a Section 82 on the actual stands. Now that once they've put in all the services, it normally takes another 2 to 3 months before they get their Section 82. Then only can they start with building the top structures. So these houses will only be ready for occupation end of this year, beginning next year. Okay, end of this year, beginning next year, depends on a lot of factors. Like, for instance, now it's raining, they can't work. So it's important. But that, once again, that must not be a drawback for your buyer. That must be an advantage to your buyer. Why? Mr. Buyer, you know what's a good thing? You're buying the property today at today's value. Okay? You're only going to start paying for that property once it's completed and you move in. Okay? By that time, Mr. Buyer, I guarantee you your house will already be worth more, and you haven't spent a cent. You are going to get the benefit of the value in capital that will grow between now and next year, and you only start paying for it next year. How awesome is that? So remember, in sales, it's all about how do you position it in their mind that they understand the value. If your buyer turns around, oh, but I have to wait till a year, that's not the right buyer. Sir, you're not thinking like an investor. You are paying for it today. You're buying it today. You're paying for it next year, and you're getting the benefit of that capital accrual over this year, and you haven't spent a cent. Drop the mic. It's easy. And the person that can't see that wants to move in now is not your buyer. Okay. Question. Diane, just share with us the questions there.
Okay, so the one question was, when can they start selling?
Yesterday.
Okay. And then another question was that the transfer costs, will that only be applicable if they use IBO?
So transfer cost is included. Bond registration is also included if you use IBO. If you use any other bond originator, you will pay the bond registration cost yourself. So only a dumb person would want to do that.
Okay, yeah. And then there was another question. Do we add the building and the land cost together? Yes.
Yes. I'm going to explain to you guys that now as we go.
Date of occupation?
End 22, early 23. Okay. Next question.
That's except for what I see on my side.
Okay, great. Let's continue. So on the website, guys, you'll also see there's different choices they're going to have. So when they choose a house, they can choose a combination of type A, B, or C. That's with regards to the exterior. So what roof, you'll see, so it's tiled roofs and wall colors. So the buyers will choose, I want package D, for instance. That's the black tiles, roof tiles, the gray outside, and the trims, okay? And then inside, they also get paint color choices. They get kitchen top choices, and they get cabinet choices, and they get handles choices. So what's nice about it, your buyer can custom their house. All the houses aren't going to look the same. Some are going to be double stories, some are going to be single stories, some are going to be big houses, some are going to be small houses, some are going to be light gray, some are going to be brown. So they're really getting a custom product that they can be very proud of. What we've done also, and on the website, you'll see we've got all of these things on the website, but we're also doing a brochure, which I'm going to show you now, which will give you a booklet that you can give your prospective buyers with all these type of things. So the quality of the product at Homes for All is a great product, guys. So you'll see, for instance, that on the walls, at the bottom, there's a low maintenance plinths, for instance. So what we've done visual stuff that you can use to show your buyer. Listen here, you're not getting those where it's painted all the way. There's a Facebook plinth at the bottom because that helps against damp that rises. Okay, you'll see on this on your roof tiles, there's nice verges. It's not these low-cost housing stuff that you see sometimes in areas. You'll see the bathrooms, we tile around the bath. It's not just open. You'll see that on the pedestals for the washing basins, it's not these cheap, ugly ones with the black trim. It's one with a proper leg down. You'll see also there's a whole bunch of things that you can download here, the price list, the offer to purchase for deluxe, the offer to purchase for standard, the standard specifications, the deluxe specifications, the building agreement, important terms, and the application, the bond application pack. Everything is there for you to download that you can print and get your buyer to do. But here's where it becomes very important. Remember I said to you right in the beginning, you're going to need to use the website. Reason why. There is an affordability calculator, so they can quickly go and put in their gross salaries and we can work out the affordability. But here is build your dream home. This function you're going to need to do every time with your buyer. And the reason why is because we've got so many different options of houses, but they don't necessarily all fit on each stand. Okay? Some stands are small, they can't take the big 186 squares. Some stands are big, they can't take that. So you cannot just say, choose a stand, choose a building package, we're going to build it on there. You need to make sure that when you sign the offer to purchase, that house type that they want can actually fit on the stand that they want to choose. So that is a very, very important thing that you guys have to understand. So you're going to need to go every time when you're with a prospective buyer, and you're going to have to do this process. You're going to have to choose, are we going for standard or deluxe? Okay. Because remember, if you want to make sure, again, I'll just refresh your mind. Not all of these units are available on standard or deluxe. So if you scroll here, you'll see that the 50 square, we've only got standard. Okay. You'll see the 56 square, we've got deluxe prices because we're only doing deluxe. The 60 square, we've only got standard. The 70 square, we've got standard and deluxe. So you need to see, if you've got a buyer that only wants standard, there's a limited amount of units types that they can choose. Okay. And you're going to have to see there's an 80 square that's a standard in deluxe. So it's not rocket science, but you need to make sure that you familiarize yourself with this website. And that's why we've got this briefing, and it is recorded. It will be posted on the group, so you can go and watch it over and over if you need to clarify on some things. So let's say my buyer wants deluxe. I'll choose deluxe. The next thing I need to do is I need to choose what unit type. Remember, is it a 50 square? Is it the 80 square? Is it 180 square? If I go back one step and I choose standard, okay, you'll see it only gives me those sizes, because standard, we only do the 50 squares, the 60 squares, the 70 squares, and the 80 squares. But if I chose deluxe, you'll see I've got all these different ones that I can choose. So what happens now is, let's say I go for a 152 square. I've got a buyer that's got a thick wallet and he wants to buy a big house, double story. Okay. So then I choose the 52 square, 152 square double story. Then you need to start with what choices are you choosing. Okay. The first one is the roof structures, and also I have to choose a stand. So what this does, as soon as I chose the 152 square one there, it gave me all the stands that one can fit on. This you guys need to understand. So all of these stands can fit a 152 square double story. If I go to a different size, let's say I choose a 87 square double story, you'll see that the list changes. So this makes it so easy for you guys to know which one fits on which one. Okay. And you'll see we've got the stand size and the price, and you'll see quickly which prices. So let's say we want a cheap stand, then it's about the 450. If I want the expensive stand, it's probably about 577. So here you get to choose with your buyer what stand they're looking for. Let's go for this 445. Okay. And then you proceed from there. What tile finish you want? Now I want A. You see? No, we made a mistake. We actually want D. Then you'll see it changes around. And then they build a house. They want the granite tops. They want this cabinets. They want the dark handle. We want the mushroom color. So you get to choose all of that. See how I populate all of the fields. And now I've already got a running total. I'm up to 1.2 million at the moment. Now I've got some added options. Do you want a 1,000-liter water tank outside? If you don't want it, you say no, thank you. Do you want a Tuscan roof? Now on this size, if I go Tuscan roof, it costs me an extra 37,000. Look at the bottom at the moment. It's 1,206. If I go and I say Tuscan roof, look how my price changes. Now it's 1,244. Okay. If I want added kitchen cupboards, do I want more added kitchen cupboards? Yes, 54,000 Rand. Boom. Now I go to 1,295. You guys see, do I want a garage? No, I don't want a garage. And there you get to build your house. And this is very important, because that is your total that your buyer needs to be able to qualify for. And that is, once you've done this section and you're comfortable with that, then you can go to the next one and you fill in the details and stuff. And it will say, it asks them their details, are they buying together, those type of things, and you can fill it in. And it also asks, were you introduced by a sales agent? And if they say yes, you'll say which agent. In this case, we'll say it is Zuko, for instance. Okay. Then we know, once they submit that form, that we know this buyer belongs to Zuko, or this buyer belongs to Jeffrey or Madupi or whoever. Okay. And then you use that, you will get a copy of that email also, and you use that to proceed to the next portion, which is filling in after purchase. Okay. This is a vital step of the process, because you guys need to understand that, because otherwise you're going to go back and to filling in, because you're going to want to fill in a 152 and Diane's going to say to you, no, that's not available. It doesn't fit on that stand or anything like that. So that is critical. You have to up your game to know that you can get, what can my client afford? Can they afford all of those additional options that they've got? What budget have they got? What stand have they chosen? What units fits on there? Any questions on that before I proceed? Any questions?
Gobes, I had a question as well. I know you're going to the OTP now. There was a question that's asking, do they need to sign 2 OTPs?
Okay,
for the stand and the building?
So basically what happens, we've created one pack, those packs that you've seen on the WhatsApp group. And there's a standard pack and a deluxe. So remember the difference between standard and deluxe. So when you fill in your offer to purchase with your buyer, you need to make sure that have they got are they choosing standard or deluxe? And then you print that pack. That pack actually consists already of 2 offers. There's the building package and the stand price, but we've made it one pack so that you're not confused. So they have to fill in that entire pack that we have supplied to you guys. Diane, next question.
Next question was, after submitting the application, how long does it take for it to be back so we can fill in the OTP? No,
so remember, when you've done this exercise, when you've chosen all of those type of things, you've already got the information with them. Okay. Ideally, if I'm you, I would be doing this with them, either on my phone, because remember this site is also mobile friendly and everything, or on my laptop or on my iPad or whatever you've got. And then you don't have to wait for the email. You can now take that information and start filling in your offer to purchase. You don't have to wait for the confirmation. We just want to make sure that when you are creating the package when you're applying, that you know that it's going to fit on that standard, it is available, and what's the total that this person is in for. Okay.
Next question was the brochures and pamphlets. When will that be ready?
Yeah, Patejo, so we finalized the design. I'm going to jump to that now. I'll show you guys the design. What we've done is the design was originally made Tirong, and I said to them, we must just change it to general, because like I said, this is the first of 5 projects. And this is the good thing for you guys. There's 178 stands here. Okay. This is the first project we're launching. The second project we're launching in March is President Park in Midrand, where there's 167 stands. Okay. Where there we are going to get the full 167 stands on exclusive mandate. The third project is Reiger Park in Boksburg, where there's 188 stands, where we also have exclusive mandate on all 188. Then the big one is Matoli's. Matoli's is close, if those of you guys that know, it's close to Old Main Reef Road on the way to Randfontein. Okay, so it's in the West Rand. There we're putting up 800 stands. Okay, and then the fifth one is Sunwood Park is it Brakpan? Yeah, Brakpan, Sunwood Park, Benoni, whatever you want to call it. That's not Brakpan, Boksburg, but it's Brakpan. And there's 78 stands. So all of them, all 5 of those projects are launching in the first half of this year. And all of them are going to have the same products. So once you get good at selling this, you can really make a lot of money. Okay, because if you're going to get good at it, you're going to sell it over and over. You're going to have choices for your buyers. Do you want to stay in Midrand, Boksburg, Randfontein, Randburg, whatever. So to get back to the question, when will the brochure be ready? We are hoping to have it done by next week, Wednesday. Okay, so that we can issue it to you guys. But I'm going to show you the design now as we're going to go. Okay, right. Let's move on, guys. We're running out of time. So as you go down, you'll also now get to see how the visuals look. There's a gallery section of all how the houses looks. You'll see there's a 50 square gable roof. What is a gable roof? You'll see that roof that makes almost like a V. That's a gable roof. Okay. And if you do the same 50 square in a Tuscan, then that's a Tuscan roof. Okay. Excuse me. And there's all of the designs for all of the units. So you can literally go and show them, well, sir, this is how the 186 square 4-bedroom looks. Okay. With the gable roof, and that's how the gable roof, and this is how it looks with the Tuscan roof. Okay. This is how the interior looks, and you'll see there's high quality renders that we've done. We've spent a hell of a lot of money just to get you guys great visuals that you can use for your buyers. This is the standard kitchen, and remember on the kitchens there's optional extra for more cupboards and stuff, but the render shows you the standard how it will look. Okay, it will be tiled, it's painted finishes, and we've given you guys a whole bunch of interior of how it will look. Okay, obviously excluding the furniture, but that's how the typical bathroom with the one tile section is. Guys, it looks beautiful, huh? That's the interior. And then if you scroll down, you'll see also where the site is positioned. That's the same pin location. I'll just go to satellite. The site runs this section here, this whole section here. Okay. And that is the website. Any questions on the website before I quickly move on? Everyone happy? Great. I've got a very intelligent bunch here. I can see the sales rolling in. So let's quickly go to the offer to purchase specs. So this is what Diane posted on the various groups today. You'll see the first thing you'll see this document is called Deluxe. So it's for deluxe homes. The front page, you'll put in your agency. It will be either Hazemark Centurion Pty Limited or it will be Hazemark Santon. Depends on who's selling. Yeah. The consultant's name, the client, the stand number, all of those type of things. Here's a checkbox of all those documents. I'm not going to bore you going through this website. I'm going to do the document, but you'll see this is where you're going to fill in. Remember all of those things that we chose, which standard we choose, which package we choose, which is all the additional options. And we also gave you a price list once again for you to use to see what is the different prices. You'll see quickly, for instance, this is just the building prices excluding the stand. The building price for the 50 squares, 427,000, for instance. Okay, what does it include? What does it exclude? You can go and read there. And what is my optional extras at the bottom? Okay, and that gets where you fill in and get to a package value which you are applying for. Okay, and then it starts with the purchases details, which is standard. Remember, every time you're going to put in the stand number that they've chosen, you're going to redo what was the basic price of the stand, what was the building costs, what is the total package, less the deposit. You can go and read through it. That's quite standard. Who's the sales agent, which the agency, every page gets initialed. Okay, I will pre-initial these packs and I'll post that on the group today also, so that it's pre-initialed, so you know exactly where. And then it's the first one is the sale of the land, the offer to purchase. So this section here, you'll put in the purchase price of the stand because this is the land. Okay, and you'll get the initials done. I'll go through it. We'll also supply a sample on the WhatsApp group of one that's filled in, so you can use that as reference. Just you can go and read through it. If there's any questions, you guys can go and ask me that. And then you'll see it gets to a point where the buyer signs, where the seller will sign, and then it's the building agreement, and then starts again. Now it's the price of the building contract, and then I fill in all of that. And then in the end, it's the standard stuff like the layouts, the site plan, the schedule of finishes, those type of things. So go through that contract. It's quite simple to understand, and it's quite self-explanatory. The brochure, if I can quickly go to the brochure for you guys. This is how the booklet's going to look. It's actually a booklet. So like I said to you, it was called Tirong, but we're going to move away from it, limiting it to only Tirong because there's 5 projects. It will be Hazemark branded. The booklet will be a whole bunch of pages. In it, we start off with a little bit of your dream living, some jargon around that. Then we also repeat what are the pros and cons of our product and the quality. These pages are critical for you guys to show your buyers that it's a quality product that they're going to get. You'll see all of the units, for instance, come standard with gutters. You know, where if you look at that picture, it hasn't got it. And then we show them what's the difference between a deluxe and the standard. and what's the difference between a Tuscan roof and a gable roof. What is the finishes that they get to choose from, the color options they get to choose, and then we give them all of the options on the different layouts. So it's a very comprehensive book. And also you'll see we've got some nice images of how it looks inside. And then we have a page where you can put your details on there for them. Because when you hand out this booklet, you don't want them to take that booklet and they don't know how to get hold of you. So you can put some details. You can even make some notes on here for them as you guys discuss some stuff. And say, remember, we spoke about this size or whatever. And that's your booklet. So it's a really awesome booklet that you can use to get your buyer to convince them to buy. Any questions on that?
Cobus, there was one question regarding the FLISP. Can they apply for FLISP if they don't get 100%? Yes,
they can. The reason why FLISP can be used on this project is because it takes a while for the property to be constructed. And normally developers don't like FLISP because it takes long to get the cash out of FLISP. But in this case, IBO can assist with the FLISP application. But please, in my experience, use that as a last resort when it comes to financing of any sort. You know, I always say to my buyers, apply for 100% bond, get 100% bond, and then apply for the FLISP afterwards and get that as a deposit paid into your bond facility. But if we run around FLISP, you know, FLISP is just like anything. It's like the old EAB. They're supposed to regulate and they're supposed to be efficient, but they're not. FLISP is supposed to help people afford houses, and it's supposed to be easy, but it's not. Other questions?
Commission based?
I was waiting for that. I thought you guys aren't sales agents. Huh? Okay, so remember, on developments, our commission split is there's 15% of the excluding VAT. Remember, always excluding VAT. Of the excluding VAT goes to the listing agent, and in this case, it's myself. And 35% of the commission goes to the sales agent. So the bulk goes to you guys, the sales agent. Now, here's the good thing. The commission is 6% plus VAT on the total price. So if your buyer goes and they buy a house for 1.5 million rand, let's say the package is 1.5, okay? The commission is 6% plus VAT on that 1.5. So it is 90,000 plus VAT. And remember, we keep saying plus VAT because VAT's not ours, it's the government, okay? So you get 35% of that 90,000 rand. So it's good money. It's really, really good money. And here's the good thing also. Once the stand transfers over to the buyer's name, before they've even laid a brick, JFS pays us 50% of the commission. And the remaining 50% on the completion of the house. So it's good money and it's a lot of stock. Guys, I've given you the rundown. There's more than 1,000 opportunities that we can get from this. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to know there's a hell of a lot of money here on the table. Okay, next question.
I think the next question was to me, you'll need to raise personally with her. I don't think we can discuss it on the group.
Okay. Okay, 100%. Anything else?
Nothing else.
Good. Any other questions, guys? Thank you very much for your time. Have an awesome day. Let's start selling. You can sign from today.
Thank you, Cobus. Well.
Cheers. Bye.
Guys, bye.
Thank you, Cobus. Thank you.
Cheers.